Shalom, Shalom, first and foremost. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakudash, double honors unto the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, pushing this word in sincerity and truth. This is your brother Yasab back at you with another lesson, willing to define to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright. And this one here is entitled, Surely the Lord will avenge his elect. Right? So I'll begin by going into this parable here. Right? In the book of Luke, the 18th chapter. So let's begin. It say, this is the book of Luke chapter 18 and 1. And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint, saying, there was in a city a judge, which feared not the Most High, neither regarded man. I'll read it in the NLT. There was a judge in a certain city, he said, whose neither feared Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai nor cared about people. And there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, avenge me of my adversary. Right? And he would not for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I fear not the Most High nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. So I read back from verses 3 on down in the NLT. A widow of that city came to him repeatedly saying, give me justice in this dispute with my enemy. The judge ignored her for a while, but finally he said to himself, I don't fear God or care about people, but this woman is driving me crazy. I'm going to see that she gets justice, because she is wearing me out with her constant requests. And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge said. The NLT. Then the Lord said, learn a lesson from this unjust judge. And shall not Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? Verse 8. And I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? Yeah, and that is what it is about. Because during our reference, so if that judge who don't care about people, who don't even fear the Lord, because I heard the woman's nagging and repeatedly requests to avenge her, he did. And if that man would do that, imagine for the Lord, who loved Israel. It said, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Right? The Lord said that he's jealous over us. He's a jealous God, jealous power. Right? So this is the book of Revelation, the 6th chapter and the 9th verse. Right? It says, and when he had opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and for the testimony which they held. Because again, it are not new under the sun. The same way how they kill the prophets back then, they're gonna do it now again. That's why the Lord say, he rendered a judgment unto them. They're gonna basically have to pay for all the blood of the saints. From straight unto evil Zachariah You know, that's roughly paraphrasing. That is why you're seeing all these events taking place. The prophecy is speaking, and the Lord is about to bring down that heavy hammer upon Israel. That great time of judgment, Jacob's trouble, the great trying of your faith, hey, it's all gonna come sweeping in. Let's say, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain up for the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they should be fulfilled. Yeah, so that in itself had time, you know, until what? And this is to show you nothing new under the sun, right? Until the own brethren would be killed just as they were, right? And that is what's gonna come. The servant is not greater than the Lord. That persecution is coming. The second Ezra, I went into it a bit quickly, you know, but it speak about it going to have a great insurrection upon them that fear the Lord. Revelation 12 and 12 say, and the dragon was wrought to the woman, and she went to make war with the remnant of her seed, you know, they that keep the commandments of the Lord. Right? Yeah, so how long? How long will the Lord not avenge us? But that time coming for that vengeance, right? Because Israel have been receiving daily from the Lord, as it's in Isaiah 40 and 1, right? We went through the transatlantic slave trade, the sub-Saharan slave trade. Our people really have been through it. This is how people robbed and spoiled. Isaiah 40 and 1, comfort ye my people, said your power. Hey, the great desolation of 70 AD, with Titus and Vespasian, us having to flee from our homes. It says, speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem and cry unto her, that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. For she had received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins. Right? Yeah, the Lord messed us up. He placed the hammer of these nations upon us. You know, and the scriptures say in Jeremiah 50, both Jerusalem and Israel was oppressed together, and they that hold them captives would not let them go, you know. But the Lord is about to avenge us, right? Second is just because we out here, we just us out here, you know, the brothers, the elders, the apostles. Hey, we complain continually. We send up the curses, you know, that destruction be upon this place, that we may be delivered, and that vengeance to our enemies be brought forth by the Heavenly Father, you know. And we know that the prayer of the saints, it pierced the clouds, you know. I'll go in a bit. Second is just 15 first, and verses 7. Right? Because the scriptures speak about line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, right? Second is 15 and 7. Therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more touching, as touching their wickedness. Which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things, in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cried unto me. Yes, Rakia. It said, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the unjust complain continually. Yeah, because hey, it's obvious here we get fed up at this place. We know this here is the change of darkness. Our enemies have come past us, you know. Yeah, and we know there is only one way out of this. Is true Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? It's saying, therefore wait, therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Right? Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Yeah, and we under Egypt again. That's why the scripture in Revelation 11, it's and we dead bodies is gonna lie in Egypt, which is called in the streets, which is called Sodom and Egypt. Right, going back to being we under bondage, and that Sodom, the customs and the ways and the wickedness of Sodom, it's back here again. Right. So the Lord is not going to suffer us no longer in this place. That's why he's shortening the days, except no flesh be saved. This is how evil the times are. Right? So I'll get the prayer. Let's pray. Right. Sirach 35:17. The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds. Until it come nigh, he will not be comforted, and will not depart till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment. Right? For the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten in asunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repay vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous. And this is it. That's Yapa precept. Alright? That's why going back to the I think it's like Zechariah 1 and 8. Wow, let me see. Zechariah 1 and 14. Try 1:14. Yeah, this is it. Zechariah 1:14. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus saith the Lord powerful, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion, and with a great jealousy. Yeah, because again, the things that these nations do unto us, the Lord a great jealousy, and that is gonna bring down the wrath of the Most High upon these heathens. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was a little displeased that they held forward the affliction. Yeah, because they screwed Israel over real dearly. Right? I mean, yes, the Lord used them to punish us and whatnot, but hey, they went beyond measure. Right? That's why the Obadiah speaks so dearly upon Esau, Edom, the things that they had done unto us. Yeah. Verse 16, therefore saith the Lord, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercies. My house shall be built in it, saith the Lord of hosts, and a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem. And that is where going back to Zephaniah 3. Right? But before I get that, I'll get the apple of his eye. Zechariah 2:8. For thus saith the Lord powerful, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations. Which spoil you and this is it's gonna be the Avengers once the 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 Lord avenging us. When the Lord come back to the cloud with the thousands from heaven, hey, these nations is gonna be screwed. Right? And the Lord is gonna avenge us. Because these nations ain't done yet. This devil is gonna go as far as, getting rid of all the Israelites by changing the DNA, turning them over into a mush cyborg, Zechariah 2:8. For thus said the Lord, after the glory had he sent me unto the nation which spoil you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eyes. He that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eyes. Right? Yeah. That is why it's going back now into bringing in his determination to Joel the 3rd chapter. So this is always seen that's happening upon the four corners of the earth. It leading up to this man's big fall, Israel's deliverance, and these heathens going into captivity to pay. As it say, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed. Right? The Deuteronomy also speaks of Numbers. Right? It speaks of the land cannot be cleansed of the blood, but of him that sheddeth it. Joel 3:2, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So this here is speaking on the Lord avenging us. Right? This is he gonna bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat and judge them, put them to death, yeah. Well, your judgment already set. The elites, the rulers of the world, you all gonna be the first fruits of slavery. Let me see here. Zephaniah 3:7. It says, surely thou wilt fear me. But again, Israel, thou will receive instruction, so their dwelling should not be cut off. Also have I punished them. But they rose early and corrupted all their doings. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms and pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And going back to that arms race, the nuclear missiles, these things ain't building for show. But the Lord is gonna make it be that, hey, he must in the host of the battle, so he prepping these nations to destroy themselves. Well, hey, hopefully this lesson was edifying. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Until the next, I say Shalom.